Once upon a time, in a magical realm, there were two princesses. One was the white flower princess named Alina. The other was the black flower princess named Morrigan. Both lived in opposite kingdoms divided by an ancient spell. Alina's kingdom was filled with glowing white blossoms. Morrigan's kingdom bloomed with dark, enchanted black flowers. The two kingdoms had never met for hundreds of years. A hidden prophecy spoke of magical garments that could change fate. These garments were called the hidden enchanted outfits. Only the pure-hearted could awaken their power. Alina was kind, gentle, and loved by all creatures. Morrigan was mysterious, powerful, but deeply lonely. One day, Alina discovered a glowing white chest in the forest. Inside it was a shimmering white floral royal dress. The dress whispered her name softly in the wind. It was alive with ancient protective magic. When she wore it, white light surrounded her body. She felt peace, healing, and endless strength. This was her hidden white flower armor. It could protect her kingdom from darkness. Meanwhile, Morrigan found a black crystal chest in her garden. Inside was a dark royal gown made of shadow petals. The dress pulsed like a beating heart of night. When she touched it, shadows danced around her. It wrapped around her like a second soul. She felt power, mystery, and deep ancient wisdom. This was her hidden black flower armor. It could control shadows and illusions. But it also carried the burden of loneliness. The two princesses were now bound by magic. A strange dream connected both princesses that night. Alina saw a dark flower falling into light. Morrigan saw a white flower fading into shadows. Both woke up confused but curious. The magical garments reacted to their dreams. They began to glow stronger than before. The kingdom started feeling unusual energy shifts. White flowers started fading slightly. Black flowers began glowing softly. Balance between light and darkness was breaking. Alina decided to explore beyond her kingdom. It was forbidden by ancient royal law. But her heart guided her forward. She wore her white enchanted dress. It transformed into glowing wings of petals. She flew across mountains and rivers. Morrigan also felt a strange pull in her heart. She followed the shadow whispers calling her. Her black dress turned into misty wings. She crossed the forbidden border too. Both princesses were heading toward the same ancient valley. This valley was known as the Mirror of Fate. It reflected true souls, not appearances. Alina arrived first and touched the mirror. It showed her a dark version of herself. She stepped back in fear but stayed brave. Morrigan arrived shortly after. The mirror showed her a glowing version of herself. She felt something she had never felt before, hope. The mirror began to crack with energy. Suddenly, both dresses activated fully. White and black magic collided in the air. The valley filled with glowing storm lights. Alina and Morrigan saw each other for the first time. Silence filled the moment between them. Neither knew whether to fear or trust. The garments spoke through magical voices. "You are two halves of the same destiny," they said. The princesses were shocked. A hidden truth was about to be revealed. Long ago, both kingdoms were one united realm. A cursed war split light and darkness apart. The royal family was divided into two heirs. One became the white flower princess. The other became the black flower princess. The magical outfits were fragments of unity. They were meant to reunite the kingdoms. But only if both princesses accepted each other. Alina slowly stepped forward. Morrigan did the same. Their dresses began to glow together. White and black petals swirled around them. The storm calmed slightly. But fear still remained in their hearts. Alina said softly, "I do not want war." Morrigan replied, "Neither do I." Their voices echoed through the valley. The mirror stopped cracking. Instead, it started repairing itself. Hope was awakening the ancient magic. But a hidden force still resisted them. The curse of separation was alive. It formed a dark spirit in the sky. The spirit tried to push them apart. Alina raised her white flower shield. Morrigan summoned shadow barriers. The two powers clashed violently. The valley shook with energy. The dresses began to lose control. The princesses struggled to hold balance. Alina realized they must work together. She reached out her hand toward Morrigan. Morrigan hesitated but then took it. At that moment, magic synchronized. White and black energy merged gently. A new light was born, silver magic. The curse screamed and weakened. The dresses transformed into one united armor. It was neither white nor black alone. It was harmony itself. The spirit of the curse began to dissolve. The valley turned peaceful again. Flowers of both colors bloomed together. Alina smiled for the first time at Morrigan. Morrigan slowly smiled back. The mirror now showed one united kingdom. The ancient prophecy was fulfilled halfway. But final unity still required sacrifice of pride. The princesses understood this deeply. They decided to return together. Alina brought light to Morrigan's kingdom. Morrigan brought shadow balance to Alina's land. People were afraid at first. But the magic calmed their fears. White and black flowers began to grow together. The kingdoms slowly merged boundaries. The dresses continued evolving with harmony. They became symbols of unity. Alina and Morrigan ruled together as dual queens of balance. But their journey was not yet over. Hidden enemies still feared unity. A forgotten sorcerer awakened in darkness. He wanted to break the harmony forever. He attacked the merged kingdom. Shadows and storms returned. The dresses reacted strongly again. Alina and Morrigan stood side by side. Their bond was now unbreakable. They faced the final battle together. White and black magic swirled in perfect rhythm. The sorcerer unleashed chaos spells. But harmony deflected every attack. The princesses grew stronger together. Their voices united into one command. "We are balance," they declared. The cursed sorcerer began to weaken. Light and shadow trapped him in mirror prison. The final curse shattered forever. Peace returned to the kingdom. The magical outfits transformed into eternal crowns. One white flower crown and one black flower crown. But both glowed with shared silver light. The kingdom became known as the unified Blossom Realm. Alina and Morrigan ruled in harmony forever. Their story became legend. A story of light, darkness, and unity. The hidden enchanted outfits remained as guardians, protecting balance across all realms. And the flowers never separated again. After the war ended, a golden silence spread across the unified Blossom Realm. The sky itself seemed calmer than ever before. Alina and Morrigan stood together at the royal bridge. The bridge connected white and black flower lands. Both queens felt a strange new destiny approaching. The enchanted crowns began to glow again at night. This glow was different from before. It was calling them toward something unknown. Deep beneath the kingdom, an ancient door awakened. No one had seen it for thousands of years. The door was made of living crystal roots. It was known as the Heart of the World Gate. Legend said it contained the origin of all magic. Alina felt drawn to it instantly. Morrigan felt fear but also curiosity. Together, they decided to descend underground. The royal guards tried to stop them. But the queens gently refused. Their crowns gave them safe passage. The ground opened like petals. A spiral staircase appeared beneath the earth. White light guided one side of the path. Black light guided the other side. The queens walked side by side. Every step echoed like destiny itself. The deeper they went, the stronger the magic became. Strange whispers filled the air. The voices were neither kind nor cruel. They were the voices of ancient balance. At last, they reached the crystal door. The door spoke in a forgotten language. Only the crowns could translate it. Only united hearts may enter, it said. Alina and Morrigan looked at each other. Without hesitation, they placed their hands together. The crowns merged their energy. The door slowly opened. A brilliant silver light flooded the chamber. Inside was a floating crystal tree. It was the tree of eternal magic. The tree had roots of light and darkness intertwined. Every leaf contained a different world. The queen stepped closer in awe. The tree began to speak softly. "You have restored balance," it said. But its voice carried sadness. Yet balance is never permanent. A shadow cracked within the tree's core. Some was still wrong. A hidden fracture remained in magic itself. Suddenly, the chamber shook violently. Dark energy leaked from the tree. Alina raised her white-crowned shield. Morrigan summoned black protective vines. But the energy was too strong. The crowns began to lose control again. The queens felt their bond weakening. Fear returned for the first time since unity. The tree warned them again. "You must enter the core to heal it." Without thinking, Alina stepped forward. Morrigan followed immediately. They entered the glowing tree trunk. Inside was a world of floating memories. Every moment of history was stored here. They saw the ancient kingdom before separation. They saw the first curse being created. They saw pain, betrayal, and lost love. Morrigan realized the curse came from fear. Alina realized it came from misunderstanding. The core was a wounded heart of magic. It needed forgiveness to heal. The queens placed their hands on it. They closed their eyes together. Alina whispered forgiveness. Morrigan whispered acceptance. Their voices became one energy. Silver light exploded through the core. The fracture began to heal slowly. The tree stopped shaking. But one final test remained. The core showed them illusions of doubt. Alina saw Morrigan destroying her kingdom. Morrigan saw Alina betraying her trust. The illusions tried to separate them again. The queens struggled emotionally. Tears formed in both their eyes. But they remembered their journey. They remembered unity, not fear. They held each other's hands tightly. The illusion shattered instantly. The core accepted their truth. The tree of eternal magic healed completely. A massive wave of silver light spread across worlds. Every realm connected through harmony. The underground chamber transformed into a garden. White and black flowers bloomed together. The queen smiled in relief. Their crowns merged into one eternal symbol. The crown of balance was born. The tree blessed them with eternal guardianship. They became protectors of all magical realms. Alina ruled with compassion and light. Morrigan ruled with wisdom and shadow. Together, they maintained perfect balance. The kingdom entered a golden age. No war, no curse, no fear remained. Only unity and understanding existed. The hidden enchanted outfits faded peacefully. Their purpose was complete. But their magic never disappeared. It lived within the hearts of people. Children were born with silver flower blessings. Songs of unity spread everywhere. The story of two queens became eternal legend. Travelers came from distant lands to witness peace. The realm became the heart of all magic worlds. Even stars above seemed brighter at night. The queens often stood on their royal bridge, watching their united kingdom with pride. One night, the sky opened gently. A voice from the stars called them. "Your journey is not finished," it said. The queens looked at each other calmly. They understood new adventures awaited. Beyond their world, other realms needed balance. Alina and Morrigan held hands again. Their crowns glowed with infinite silver light. Together, they stepped toward the unknown, ready for a new cosmic journey. The unified Blossom realm remained peaceful behind them. The tree of magic watched over everything. White and black flowers danced in eternal harmony. The legacy of unity was forever sealed. Alina and Morrigan became legends beyond time. Their story was written in every dimension. A story of two hearts becoming one balance. And the hidden magical outfits were never forgotten. Because they lived inside every soul. And their journey continued forever.